Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Yes, karibuni sana. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Karibuni to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joby. To those who are here for the first time on our YouTube channel, on, of course, the radio station, returning listeners on Spreaker, Spotify. Hope you guys are doing great today and having an easy day. Time, again, is really going super fast. I don't know how many of you are feeling that way, but I've been saying it. Time is going super fast. I can't believe tomorrow is Wednesday already. It's super, super crazy. Time is really, really running. But let me know how you are doing today and how your day is going as we get to talk about today's conversation. Who are really human beings, or rather, who are the real human beings? And of course, we're going to be joined by Keith as he gets to guide us on a few things on today's show, literally. As we talk about also Iran and what is happening. Literally, there's so much information. I saw earlier today there were videos that were going viral about what the Trump administration has done, and I'm going to just share quickly on that before we get to talk about those other conversations, because I think this is backed by what we were discussing yesterday when Keith mentioned we should be looking at this on a spiritual level for us to understand what we're dealing with. And we're going to be continuing with that literally. But let's look at what is happening currently in Iran, the current news and updates as we get started with today's conversation.
In Dubai. Let's take you through what's been happening across the region today.
This is Dubai.
Away from the battlefield, the messaging from Washington remains deeply mixed. US media reporting Donald Trump has told aides he could be willing to end the war with Iran, even if the Strait of Hormuz remained largely closed, suggesting he may be seeking an off-ramp. And he later posted on social media that countries facing energy crises, including the UK, should build up some delayed courage, go to the Strait and go get your own oil.
Okay, let me share my screen. We got Keith who was just joined. Karibu sana Keith, how you doing?
You sneaky with that live button, ain't you, Joby?
Oh, sneaky with what? I'm not sneaky with anything. I'm just on time, god damn. Every time I'm late, you guys complain. When I'm on time, you guys also complain. What the hell?
You trying to say you can't win for losing? That what you're saying?
I can do what?
That's an expression. It's called "you can't win for losing." So no matter what you do, you can't win for losing. So it's called, if you're late, people are mad. If you're early, people are on time, people are mad. So
exactly, yeah.
So the expression goes, "You can't win for losing." So it's just an expression.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
but like me being stuck here on the Mexican border because I wasn't supposed to be here until tomorrow, so I got to sit here and eat all kind of low budget tacos until tomorrow.
You went early than expected. That's what you mean.
No, they fucked up the time. No, I ain't go early expected. They want somebody to be here. Now, after I did the show with you, Joey, I was 2 hours away from this place from the border. I said, okay, let me come on down. And then I got it. Nah, you're not supposed to be here till tomorrow. I'm like, what?
Damn.
What kind of shit is this? Hell's
Yeah,
going on? So
exactly.
I can't win for losing.
But yeah, trying to share literally before we get into the main conversation, some few updates on what is happening in
Oh,
Iran,
go
of
ahead.
course, the war and all that. We're just getting started
Mm-hmm.
with this video here.
Of course.
So let's start it again. Let me just do this.
It's day 32 of the Iran war. We're on the ground in Dubai. Let's take you through what's been happening across the region today.
I hope they wipe
Away
out
from the
Dubai.
battlefield, the messaging from Washington remains deeply mixed. US media reporting Donald Trump has told aides he could be willing to end the war with Iran.
See?
even
And
if
understand, pause. Let me say something. This what happens when you get a bunch of, see, this is your racism, guys, you white people. Donald Trump is not qualified to be no president. Marco Rubio is not qualified to be the Secretary of State. And Pete Hegseth is not qualified to be the Defense Secretary. These are all psychopathic morons. That's known. That's been proven. But they're not qualified. That's hard. So you got a bunch of morons running a war that they have no clue even about the people they're fighting. Everything's based in their racism. And like Joby said, them being underestimating people based on their racism. And so now they're getting their ass handed to them because you let the children, which I call Donald Trump, Hegseth, he's a failed Fox reporter, Hegseth. He's crazy. And the moron Marco Rubio, right? You've allowed them to have the keys. The children like giving your kids the keys to the car, and they have no driver's license. So you let these morons have keys to the most powerful military on the planet and don't understand what Joby said, strategy, because none of them was in the military. And know anything about military preparation, because unfortunately, our civilians are in charge of our military. That makes sure we don't have no military coups. So the civilians are in charge of the military. But your job is to listen to the military. And then so they can advise you on what's the best way forward, not using your racism and the racist white people that voted you in here, right, as your metric to go to war with anybody. Your military told you, no, don't do this. We are not at 100% with the arms. We are not, they have hypersonic missiles. That means our Navy would be sitting ducks with these big outdated ass aircraft carriers that we've been using since the 1940s. Don't do this. But you not being a military and you being a moron, shut up, you're fired. I'll do what I want to do because my racism, who are these fucking people? I'm American white. White. That's what, and that's always count because it's all, and sadly enough, it has always, as Iran said, that truth is right. That's what's always worked for them. And so now America's been shown as the paper tiger it is as far as, it's Iran. Okay, let me make sure we don't get it twisted. Iran is getting unseen damage. It's being destroyed without a doubt. Okay, let's not get that twisted. Iran is being fucked up. Hospitals, schools, they're being bombed back to the Stone Ages. And shout out to Russia now. Russia's now came in and tried to give them what? Some air defenses, get them missiles to shoot down the Americans, because Americans just free to reign over Iran, just dropping bombs on indiscriminately. That was what I saying. That indiscriminately of men, women, and children. They just killing anything. That's how white people do. They don't have any. They don't believe in any civil rights and all that human rights shit. It's all fake. They believe in power. So that's why they vote for power. Who can do the most damage and evil shit to people. And so that's what you see happening. But Iran's been able to withstand all these punches. So imagine being a smaller boxer in the ring. Iran's getting punched in the face, punched in the side, punched in the gut, but it's not falling. It's able to come back and punch a little bit against a bigger opponent. And so all it has to do is hold out. It doesn't have to win. The way Iran wins is because where it's situated in the world, it can destroy the world's economy because the resources that come out of that area supply the same thing Africa can do, but Africa's, there's too many cowards and bootlicks. Because you think Iran can destroy the world economy. Imagine an African nation where all shit comes from. But that's neither here nor there. But so just 20% of the oil and 20% of fertilizer, just that little bit of stuff can destroy the whole world's economy because we live in a global system that these wicked motherfuckers then set up. So Iran can imagine, it's like Iran can put its foot inside the cookie jar. And you don't want to eat no cookies with somebody's foot been up in it, right? so Iran has the thing to fuck up the whole world's economy. That's the power they hold. And you can't stop that, even though, you're trying to bomb them. Iran's been mercifully bombed. So we're not going to be in the kind of fairy tale. They're killing motherfuckers in Iran like shit, like you kill roaches in your house. Just killing motherfuckers. So, but Iran's trump card, the trump card that they use that phrase is that they got control of the world's economy. So they still hold all the cards. And they're getting and like I said, they're paying for it. Don't get it twisted. But they were smart enough to build enough weapons to give a punch back. So the Americans are trying to destroy Iran before, to make sure that they can't respond. But they've been able to respond, right? So they're getting the shit bombed out of them. I'll make sure we don't get no illusions that Iran is not getting fucked up. It is. It's getting fucked up royally, but it's been able to withstand the punches and punch back. Okay, so that's what's allowing it, and it's got control of the Strait of Hormuz, where all your fertilizers, 20% of your fertilizers, 20% of your gas and oil, and your liquid gas comes out of there. So them shutting that down will destroy America's economy and the world's economy. So you can keep bombing me, unless you can stop me shutting this down, nothing you can do. You bombing like I said, that's why Iran is asking for reparations. You're not going to get Iran to stop without giving them money to rebuild what you destroyed, because Iran is getting fucked up. But you can't take over a country just by blowing it up. You can't take it over unless you get boots on the ground. And you don't got boots on the ground in Iran, right? They got 90 million people up in there. You put 100,000 troops, they'll get slaughtered. So you can't change them having control of that area unless you put boots on the ground. You must invade that place and take it over. And it's just too big with too many people, and they're angry about you killing the leader. You just ain't gonna do it. So Iran holds the cards, so we'll see what happens. But don't ever get misunderstood. Iran is getting fucked up. America is fucking it up. Woo! The bombing. But shout out to Russia. Russia's bought us some air defenses to Iran to blow down these I'll let Joby put that up on TikTok to blow down these American aircraft to give them some kind of defense. Because right now, Iran is butt naked and they're getting fucked up. They're just bombing all kinds of, blowing motherfuckers up in the hospitals and schools, just blowing motherfuckers up. So, but go ahead, Joby.
Breaking news coming in. Iran is under full blackout right now after U.S. strikes on energy facilities.
See?
The U.S. strikes have hit energy facilities in Tehran,
Uh-oh.
triggering large-scale
Pause
blackouts
that.
across the
Pause
country.
that. Now remember, now this is illegal. You see, Iran said if you hit our power, because this means they're frustrated because they want Iran to get broken. Well, wait, and you've been to our goddamn wheel. Who the fuck do you think you are, as Joby says? Who the fuck do you think you are to defy us? Who do you think you are? That's what they're saying, because this is a war crime. You're not supposed to hit anybody's energy grid because this is a crime against humanity. Because people in the dark, they don't eat. You know, you're not supposed to be normal in Africa to sit in the dark. People in the world don't sit in the dark. It ain't normal, right? It's a crime against humanity. So now remember when Iran says if you do this, see, now they're going to fuck up the world economy. Okay? They said if you do this, we're going to destroy all the oil fields in Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman. We're going to wipe it out. And so that puts the we talking about Mad Max shit. And understand that these fake, and Iran knows it, these fake dictators that see all these countries that they created, you call the Middle East, they were created by white people. So you don't know history. Let me give you some real history. These fake kingdoms, they were created by white people so they can get the resources and make them wealthy still. So they went in when the Ottoman Turk Empire, Turkey, as you call it today, Turkey, whatever you want to name it, controlled all that. That was part of their empire. And the reason for World War I, they tell you lies, is because they wanted to steal that land from Turkey. They wanted to break the Ottoman Turk Empire up. So we're going to get to the real, not the fake history they give you. The real history, they wanted to break Turkey. Turkey was now becoming weak. And white people smelt like a shark. They smelt blood in the water. They said, we're going to break Turkey up. Turkey's got all this oil now. Remember, Turkey would, imagine how Turkey would be, how rich Turkey would be. All these oil-rich countries, Syria was part of Turkey. Saudi Arabia was part of Turkey. What you call UAE was Turkey. Bahrain was Turkey. Qatar was Turkey. Iraq was Turkey. Imagine how fucking rich the Ottoman Turks would be today if that was still one empire. The wealth, because all those countries were Ottoman Turks, and including motherfucking Egypt. Imagine how rich the Turks would be today. They'd be the richest country in the world, hands down. There'd be nobody richer than the Ottoman Empire today. Europeans knew that. So we're going to break this bullshit up. Because at that time, Turkey was weak. They said, oh, yeah, the empire's weak. We're going to break it up. We're going to go in there and bust them in their mouth and break it up. And so when they broke it up, they created all these fake kingdoms. They're all fake. It's like me telling Joby, you want to be queen? You want to be the king of this? Of course. Okay, you go. As long as you make sure this oil comes to us. You understand that, right? That oil, and this money's we're going to split it with your goofy ass. And we're going to keep you in power. We're going to say you're queen and you're king and all that shit. But you're going to split that wealth with us because we're going to keep you in power. So Iran, knowing this, they said, okay, once we've destroyed the money making the oil fields, all these places are going to have a revolution. They know it. Because remember, none of their people chose these people to be no kings over them. And all their people hate their ass. Saudi Arabian people hate the king and hate the king and whatever the House of Saud. They hate them up, and they know that the House of Saud are actually Jews. That's the other little dirty secret. The Arabs know that. They know that the fake kings in Saudi Arabia are not even Arabs. They're Jews. Crypto Jews. So they're going to be coming for them. Be some head chopping. So with them not having money and the American military there to keep them in power, that's why they'll never tell these Arab nations, what about the vote? Why aren't you voting? When they tell Ibn Traore and all them to go vote, right? They'll tell these Arab nations to go vote. They got their king. Well, why don't they get to be democratic? Because it's a scam. And when it goes to white people. So now that you hit Iran's electric grid, you know what's coming. All your desound, and this is what I would do. Okay, you did it. The war crime. No one's gonna drink over all your desalinization. I told you. I told you the first day. That's what I'm doing. The first day I'm fucking you up. First day I'm gonna destroy you. So now, all bets off. Israel, no water. Saudi Arabia, no water. Qatar, no water. The UAE, no water. I'm fucking all your water up. Then I'm gonna fuck up all your oil supplies. Okay, we about to be talking about the person about to get fucked up around the world. Africa that has all the oil but doesn't have no refineries, so people in Africa are gonna be fucked. And Iran was trying to stop. They said we don't want to destroy the world's economy because we know the poor countries will suffer. But now you left them no choice. You hit their power grid, so now they got no choice but to come after you and destroy your power grid, your oil grid, and your water grid. So this time, this is civilization destroyed. I'm gonna destroy your civilization. You won't be nobody be able to be in no fucking UAE. You ain't gonna be in the UAE on Instagram talking about you're going there to get doodled on. That's over. All right? You've been an Instagram model, and all you goofy niggas, how much you're going to Saudi Arabia, no place to be they made. That's over. Because there won't be no Saudi Arabia. There won't be no fucking Qatar. You know, once they start destroying the water, because without water you can't live. And they have no lakes and rivers like they got crossed away in Africa. Right? They gotta take that salt water, put it into a machine, desalinate the water, and make clean drinking water. Well, I'm blowing all that shit up. It'll take you years to rebuild it. 10, 15 years. Once I get through blowing all that shit up, 10, 15 years take you to rebuild it. So you won't have and then you won't have the money to pay for it. Because all your oil fields, I'm blowing all that shit up. That's gonna take you 20 years to rebuild that shit. 20. No water, no money to rebuild none of that shit. As a civilization, you cease to exist. But all these motherfuckers will run to Africa. They'll run to Africa, try to take over Africa. That's what they'll do, because that's the closest place to go. And they know the niggas are weak. Sadly enough, they know niggas are weak. And we run to Africa, take over that place. Because the Middle East would be uninhabitable. Uninhabitable. Once I get done with it, uninhabitable. No one lives there. No one. Because all the shit that's needed for life to exist, I'm blowing it up. Blowing it up. Because you didn't cross the line. You didn't put my people in the dark. You know, they say, yeah, but this is African people used to sit in the dark. Fuck that, I'm not. You didn't blow up my power grid. It's okay. They told you what was going to happen, so we'll see. Like, I'll let Jimmy go, let this guy say. So we'll see what happens. They said if you touch the power, remember Iran told you, if you touch a power grid, because they've been bombing the fuck out of Iran. I want to make sure we understand this. Because Iran's got no air defenses to stop what's happening. You know, the UAE and all these other because they've had air defenses from the Americans that, you know, now they've been depleted, but they've at least had them to stop the bombs from Iran blowing them up. But now, and Iran's had none. So he's been just going there dropping bombs on motherfuckers, just blowing you in the bed, sleeping with your woman. Next time you're blowing up your outside butt naked and throw your clothes off. You get shrapnel, you barely like, what happened? I just went to sleep. I'm outside butt naked with no clothes on. You're lucky you're alive. That's what's happening in Iran. So make sure you understand that. So we'll see what Iran does. I'm hoping that they wouldn't do this, because now we're talking about scary times. We're talking about you already got the Southeast. You already have Southeast Asia, Philippines, South Korea, Japan. Japan is a rich country. They were smart enough to have what we call reserves. So they buy gas and they put in reserve tanks in case of emergency. But theirs are going to run out within the next 100 days, 200 days. So 6 months, Japan's going to be fucked up like the rest of Southeast Asia. Have no gas, like the Philippines Philippines being a poor country, it didn't have any reserves. So if you're stuck on the Philippines, all you black people that moved there, white people living there, you can't even fly out of there. You got no gas to catch a plane. so you won't be able to fly home if your mama dies in America. Someone have you stuck on the island out there. Okay, Indonesia and Malaysia, they're coming next. Their fuel is going to be cut. So you're talking about economic crisis where people are going to be laid up. You know, you can't get back and forth to work. You can't get back and forth to work. A lot of your infrastructures run on oil and gas. So you're going to be sitting in the dark, so it's going to destroy your economy. Talking about food, because most of the those people's fertilizers come from that area. All that southeast to grow their food, that fertilizer comes from the Straits of Hormuz in the Middle East right there. So no crops. So now we're talking about starvation, no jobs. We're getting in some real Mad Max shit here. No fuel, no food. This is some scary shit. So, and this is go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying some people, not so many, but some people are saying that this is not true on the comment section, but some also saying
I hope not. It might be fake news. I ain't heard about that guy right there. My guy does say a lot of shit that ain't true. So I don't know. Hopefully it's fake. It might be fake news because I haven't heard nothing. But let's Joe, we can find something else about it on there. I haven't heard anything about it. So I don't. So it probably is fake because I think you common sense me if I'm America, even though I'm racist and fucked up and I'm bombing all kinds. That's one thing I'm not going to bomb because that's going to take down my own economy too. And how white people are able to have privilege around the world? They're stealing their economy. They've stolen everything. So let me point this out real quick for you guys. Okay. The reason why white people can do white privilege and white shit around the world is because of the money that they've stolen. Okay. So let me make sure you understand. Through slavery and then later on through colonization, they've stolen the world's wealth. That allows them to create these fake fucking banks. And so now with all the world's wealth through slavery and then later through colonization, they had a big pool of money, right? That's stolen wealth. And so they can now open up banks and now give out loans. We talk about capitalism, give out loans to fund banks and institutions, everything else, and make sure all this money went to mostly white people. That's why all your corporations in the world are most of them controlled by white people because of the theft they had stolen from Africa and slavery of Africans. That's where the wealth came from. So then they can put a worldwide system of white on top and black on the bottom, based on their filthy ass racism, but backed by the economy that they built from the theft of black people. Stand this? So if you destroy their economy, you also destroy white supremacy. Because you need the wealth to make it work. You can't make a motherfucker bootlick and you can't pay them any money. Can't make a motherfucker put you first and you got nothing to give them. So the white supremacy status is based on their functional economy that they stole, the wealth that they stole. Okay? So if you destroy their economy, no one's going to be a bootlick for free. Right? I can't pay the bootlicks off. No one's going to be a bootlick for free. So Iran holds that card. So if I'm a white, even though I might be crazy and racist, I said, well, goddamn, if I fuck up Iran this bad, they can't stop it. But they got enough missiles to really fuck up the world economy. And that's my economy. You know, I know they can't really beat us in a war, but they can fuck up things that will fuck up the world economy. I can't stop them from doing that. And so that takes me out of the top position. That's going to knock me off. See, this is just common sense you would think. You know, why is it there? Especially if you're also a cat with a motherfucking hat. It's going to knock me off top position if I actually go too far with this shit. I'm bombing these motherfuckers to make them lay down. To make them, hey, yeah, we're going to put one of our banks in there and you'll be slaves to us. but they're not going for that shit. Fuck, but because we are bombing the fuck out these motherfuckers, but it doesn't mean anything. They still can destroy the world's economy. So you think, you say, well, I don't want to go that far. You know, white people are crazy. They know they only sit at the top because they have control of the world's economy. And they don't want to lose that. Lose that. See, white people are mediocre. They got that through their violence. Not because they're smarter than you. They got that because they're savages. Coming in, robbing and stealing. When they came into America, what they do? Wipe out the Indians. Ah, kill them! Ah! They went to this motherfucker raping, killing, robbing, killing, right? Went through Africa, robbing and killing and stealing. Went through Australia, raping, robbing and killing. Everywhere they went, that's their modus operandi. That's their MO. But that stole them the world. Where they go when they went to Asia? Rape and robbing. They went to China. Rape and robbing and killing the Chinese and putting them now in coffin homes. Get in that coffin home, you dirty Chinese. That's why the Chinese are in the coffin homes. Because of white supremacy, right? Because Hong Kong was a white colony of the British. You think the Chinese just gave all these places to white people? You got Macau, which became a colony of what? The Portuguese, the white European Portuguese, because they invaded China and were trying to break it up and take it over because it was wealthy. China was wealthy. They went in and stole, and China said, we got nothing to trade with you people. You don't got anything. You're poor. But they got what? Violence, weapons. So they came and knocked the Chinese in the head and stole their shit. Now you got motherfuckers in Hong Kong living in coffin homes. Go ahead, Joey.
And nearby Alborz province. According to the BBC and Iran's Ministry of Energy, attacks on electricity infrastructure disrupted power supply in multiple areas, leaving parts of Tehran without electricity as crews work to restore it. The confirmed and reported damages from the strikes include power grid damage, electricity outages, gas infrastructure damage, water supply disruptions, communication and internet issues, and civilian area impact. This marks a major escalation, shifting from military targets to critical civilian infrastructure like the power grid. Now the U.S. strikes
civilian, exactly. We started civilian. That's a crime against humanity because now you're destroying human cost of life. It's not a military target. You're fucking now with humanity. These are crimes. Where's the fucking UN at? Oh no, they were created by the same white people. That's fake, right? If this is true, like he just told you, like he just said, this goes against human cost. This is a crime against humanity. It's a war crime. But it doesn't matter because they're the ones in power. That's why I told you the UN's got to go. It's fake. Shout out to people starting to finally understand. The UN is fake. Doesn't represent no but for white people. They're the ones created this shit. That's why it sits in New York. And now they're trying to move the shit to Africa because they know the Africans are waking up. Kenya Pacific. That's why they try to move the UN to Kenya. These are white organizations, benefit white people and white power. Okay? It nothing to do about any United Nations bullshit, dog. By making sure they keep white wealth and white people on top. Because they never get any goddamn white people as war criminals. But if this is true, what he's saying, this is a war crime. This is a war crime. Because you're not supposed to be hit any kind of human targets. But they've been doing it. They've blown up schools, human target, war crime. They've blown up universities, human target, war crime. They've blown up hospitals, human crime, war crime. Huh? Where's the UN at? Oh, you had the UN condemn Iran for fighting back. Can you imagine this crazy shit? I come punch Joby in the nose, and Joby gets condemned for me punching her in her fucking nose because now she's fighting me back. Can you imagine this? Because these institutions were created to preserve white power. You understand that? That's why the UN sits on Rockefeller land. You got that? The same wicked ass, evil ass bankers. Yeah, they created that shit. It should be destroyed, or people just walk away from the UN. Then shout out to Dr. Eric Conner, told you that. I've been said, why are you in the UN? Especially as an African. Haven't you seen the UN trunks stealing gold and diamonds, all kind of shit all the time? And a peacekeeping force stealing resources and shit. The UN. Go ahead, Joby.
Iran are legit, but experts are saying this could be a trap by Iran for U.S. ground forces to keep the blackout for a long time. As they say, never switch on the light when you hear a thief in your house. In the dark, you understand your home better than the intruder. Moreover, a large-scale blackout in a capital city isn't just a disruption, it's a signal that the conflict is entering a far more serious and dangerous phase. More news is coming, and I will keep you updated. Make sure to follow for latest updates. This is...
Yeah, type that in, Joe. Yeah, type that and say, did American Israel hit Iran's power grid?
Are sounding the alarm about the internet blackout across Iran that has now reached more than 700 hours.
There's internet blackout. Some people also saying there's lights.
They say it's affecting the world's ability to understand the extent and impact of U.S. and Israeli strikes, and it's also hurting Iranian civilians and their ability to organize internally. I spoke with a senior Israeli intelligence official today about this issue, who said in part, quote, "This is a blackout on truth. The regime is hiding reality from its own people. They don't want the Iranian people to see how badly they're getting hit." The official goes on to say, cutting the internet stops people from...
That's a lot. They know how bad. That's a lot. The Iranians don't know how bad they're getting hit in their own country. Let's see, this is all kind of Western propaganda. You know, if Joby's getting fucked up in Kenya, she don't know that the country's getting fucked up. This is absolutely insane talk. The Iranians know they're being fucked up. They know the bombs are coming every night, and they got no way to stop it. Like I said, they just now got some air defense from Russia, so we see how that works. But yeah, they know they're being fucked up. They know that, but they don't know they're getting fucked up. What are you talking about? They know the country's getting bombed to smithereens. Sound crazy as cat shit. Go ahead, Joby.
From sharing what's really happening and from organizing. This is significant because we understand that Starlink is being jammed inside of Iran, and so people who previously were able to work around this internet blackout are not able to do so. The Iranian regime has also arrested hundreds of people who are using Starlink terminals, but the official ended by saying...
And I said this is Western propaganda. Starlink is Elon Musk's fucking fucked up company. Really, Elon Musk is the front man. Understand, all these people, as I showed you, so they got this all American technology, right? From the government, from the military. So you got a fake ass Bill Gates, fake ass Elon Musk, a fake ass Zuckerberg, all these technologies, fake ass supposed kids that created Google. These are all lies. I've been said that. These are all lies. Every one of these technologies was created by the American military. All of it by DARPA. All of us created by DARPA. There's no fucking Elon Musk. That's a fake front man. There's no goddamn Zuckerberg. That's a fake front man. There's no Bill Gates. These are all fake front men. It's like the motherfucker with Amazon. There's no fucking Amazon. It's DARPA that created all of it and put these fake people as inventors of this technology when they are not. That's why most of them are always cat with motherfucking hats. Isn't that funny? They're all cat with hats who supposedly created all these companies, the Googles, the iPhones, and all of it is a goddamn lie. All this technology is created by the American military, DARPA, all of it. Facebook, DARPA. Fucking Elon Musk fake ass, everything created on it, DARPA, all of it. So when we're talking about Starlink, that's the way the CIA looks at, controls your in your country. You think it's unless you're a moron. You think, oh, this is some Elon Musk technology, his company. You can't tell Elon Musk is a moron. Not no genius because they told you he's some kind of a genius. This is an idiot. That he's a front man. That's what he is. People now catch him. He's a fake phony. So all these systems are created by the American military, DARPA. And so Iran knows this, so that's why they're cutting off Starlink. Remember, because Starlink was causing problems about a month ago or 2 months ago with the Iranians having Mossad and then the CIA on the ground causing all these fake ass uprisings from Mossad and CIA. So, oh, look at the Iranian people uprising when it was the Mossad agents and the CIA and people using that fucked up Starlink shit. If you're African using Starlink, understand that CIA shit. You understand that clearly. Okay? That's why the Russians cut Starlink out of Russia. Because they know it's CIA. It's no fucking Elon Musk. That's the bullshit you've been told in America. It is a lie. You can't name shit that Elon Musk has made that worked. The Tesla car's garbage. He didn't make it. You know, he was part of Facebook too. And all these people all started with Facebook and PayPal. All these systems are DARPA. The American Defense Department Innovation Institution. They created Google, CIA. Oh, these kids, Sergey Brin, where the fuck these two J's are, all this old fake ass shit. Yeah, I said, well, how do they get the money? How does these kids, these college kids, keep getting billions of fucking dollars to create international companies? Oh, they couldn't. Just like the fake Bitcoin story. They didn't do the kid this time. The Bitcoin was some Japanese motherfucker, Tokiyama Yakasumo, whatever the fuck his name. Some fake ass name. You know, they couldn't go with some kid in the basement story. Kid in the garage, some American kid in a garage created a coin that the whole world is going to use. What? See, that didn't work. We can't do that no more. That don't even sound plausible. So we're making some Japanese motherfucker in Japan. And they use a moron. I said, what? This story don't even make any sense. I knew this. It's some CIA shit. Because nobody has the money to create any coins and let it go international unless you got billions of fucking dollars. And then who's going to accept it on their exchange? Nobody. So once again, this is some CIA Mossad shit. And of course they came, I told you that's who did it. Of course with Jeffrey Epstein too. I already knew it. Don't give me some fake Japanese motherfucker. He created some coin and now the whole world's supposed to use this shit. Get out of here. How's he got the clout to do it? Well, don't question that. All these stories, Sergey Brin and all these kids creating all this technology. He found out Facebook was created by DARPA, given to this goofy, supposedly teenage kid called Zuckerberg. Some Harvard drop. Same story they did with Bill Gates. That IBM just gave him the technology. Remember, Microsoft technology was IBM. We know IBM was clicked in with the CIA from the beginning of the CIA. You can go look this up. So IBM decides to give some kid, some goofy fucking psychopath named Bill Gates, the tech. They just give it to him. They just give him billions of dollars of technology. Why? Why would they do that? Why would IBM give fucking Bill Gates the operating system that made Microsoft? Because it's fake. His family is CIA. It's fake. Put this up, Joe, real quick. We make sure we understand this. Put this up. Just keep that up and go to another tab. Ask Google, say why did IBM, say why, just type it just like this. Say why did IBM give Bill Gates its operating system? Give Bill Gates its that's how that's the operating system becomes Microsoft, Joe. Say why would IBM give Bill Gates its operating system? Why would they give some kid $1 billion business, Joe? Because he didn't create Microsoft. That was IBM technology. So let's ask Google why they give it to him.
IBM didn't give Bill Gates their
Okay,
operating system.
so we're gonna lie. Did they know? Okay, go. Well, rather they did what, Joe?
Rather, IBM desperate to launch their PC quickly to complete their Apple, outsourced the operating system development to Microsoft in 1980, and the Microsoft license
1980. Joe, pull it up now. And suppose they gave the license to Microsoft. Okay, I want you to ask this question. Say, how old was Bill Gates in 1980, Joe? Ask Google that. So how old was Bill Gates in 1980? I want you, because we're gonna easily debunk the lies. They gave them the operating system. How old was he?
25 years.
So he's a 25-year-old kid. So Microsoft, so it means he hasn't done anything. So you got a $1 billion business named IBM. They're gonna give a 25-year-old kid their operating system, let him develop it. But this is a lie, because it was already developed, as Steve Wozniak told you, who co-founded Microsoft with this moron. It was already built. So that's a lie. See, Google, remember, they control all these are lies. All these are lies. They know now they know people going back and researching shit. Remember, same way like IBM, same way like Google. Okay, so the question, why would IBM, a $1 billion company, give a motherfucking 25-year-old kid their operating system? Why would they put their operating system in his hands? They wouldn't. This is fucking a fairy tale. This is made up. And no, you're not a moron, so you know this is made up. So let's do this too. Let's stay on Google. Let's ask Google. Say, how did the founders of Google, how did the founders of Google pay for the system? Pay for the system. Ask that. How did the founders of Google pay for the system? You say investors. They had investors. Go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead.
Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
Sergey Brin, who are cats with hats. Both of them are cats. Go ahead.
They paid for the early Google system through a mix of Stanford University resources, personal debt, and social angel investment. And the pivot, which was a $100,000 check from the Sun Microsystem co-founder Andy Bechtolsheim is in August 1998, written before Google was incorporated, turned their research project into a formal company. That's what they're saying.
Of course it did, because it's all fake. So ask your question. So 1998, Joby, I want you to ask Google, say 1998, how old was Sergey Brin in 1998? How old was he? 21, 18, 19. How old was Sergey Brin? The Page motherfucker. How old were they? In 1998, Joe, when they supposedly created Google.
Sergey Brin was 25 years old.
Oh, they're all 25 again. And they're all broke, but they getting billions of dollars to create. So they got some fake story how they got the money to create Google. You know that's a lie. Okay? Google was DARPA. Again, DARPA. United States military created Google. Not no fucking Sergey Brin or this Page motherfucker. Neither one of them. And the story you get is fake and phony. Because they wouldn't have the money to make the Google go worldwide. That takes billions of dollars. It's like Zuckerberg wouldn't have the money to take Facebook global. That takes billions of dollars. It's like the fake Bitcoin shit. So we're living in fake illusionary shit. But if you constantly think about it, because they know most people don't think, say, what? All these kids creating these $1 trillion businesses without no money. Because you know you're not going to trust no kid as no investor. Some Kenyan kids say, you know, I've been at this. You ain't a bunch of investors gonna give you billions of dollars to put nothing out in the market. You untested, unknown. First of all, you're untested and unknown. Who the fuck is a Sergey Brin and a whatever page? Who the fuck are they? Who's gonna give them billions of dollars to put some shit on the market? Nobody. Nobody. Because in the real world, this shit never happens. Only these few cases. That's why it's not the norm. Because no one's gonna do it. Google created by the government. Facebook created by the government. These are all government shit. These are frontmen folks. That's why they're all cats with hats. You ain't that unusual. All these motherfuckers always cat with hats. And they always do the same evil shit, same evil narrative always. It's always the same evil fucking narrative. Everything's the same evil narrative. The narrative never changes. It's always the same fucking evil narrative. Or it's Google, the censorship, the Facebook, the censorship, the goddamn later on with the Twitters, all the same fucking shit. Just like when they didn't create TikTok, but they had to go get it. That's why TikTok was so big, they had to go get TikTok and now suppress it. Gotta get it! Gotta get it! You understand this? They own and create all of it. There's no independent bullshit you thinking. That's smoke and mirrors. The ones that they don't control and own, they're gonna go get it. Make sure they got control of it to control the narrative. As American people, people worldwide, we're fed nothing but lies. And that's what's gonna lead me to the conversation. Who's actually a real fucking human being on this planet? Who's actually a fucking human being? Who's actually a human being? Because things we see that we think we see are not a human fucking being. I tell you that. I tell you that right now. Even though we know the world is illusion, most motherfuckers here are not human beings. Shout out to Dr. Layla Africa. We got a lot of people pretend to be human, masking fronting as a human being, but we got a lot of things that we don't even know what's even real. I got to send this video to Joby. We don't even know what the fuck is a human being. So we don't even know what, who the fuck is actually a human being here? Because we're caught up in so many damn lies, right? We're caught in all these damn lies. Let me send this. Let me send this. I can find this shit. I want to send a joke on it. Can I find it? Let me check. Damn, I didn't save it. Shit, hold on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead and play it, Joe, but let me try to find something.
Okay.
Breaking news, joint Israeli and American strikes have hit Iran's electrical infrastructure. The cities of Tehran and Karaj have been hit. They're currently in a blackout, as you can see from this video. It is completely dark. However, the Iranian government has said they are working on restoring the grid and electric will be back for the residents. So America said they were going to go for Iran's infrastructure. And they have. They've hit their electrical grid. They've plunged whole cities into darkness. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. And as soon as the electric is back up in Iran, I will let you know. By the way, if you're watching this on TikTok, this is my secondary account, if you get my drift. So please make sure to hit the follow button.
If you tell the truth, they take down your channel. Exactly, lady. I got you, lady.
For the next couple of days. Thank you.
I haven't done an update on my family in Iran for a while, and many people have sent me messages asking me how they're doing. Thank you so much for your messages. For the most part, they're doing okay. 95% of my family still lives in Iran. It's been a month since the war started, and no one really knows what's going to happen next. The U.S. has sent a ship that arrived to the Middle East carrying 3,500 Marines and sailors, and there have been reports that a convoy of Iran-backed militia forces has been spotted moving from Iraq into Iran. Reportedly, the Pentagon has been preparing for ground invasion, and Iran's response has been, our men are waiting for boots on the ground. The situation does seem like it's escalating, and getting information out is almost impossible. There's a near total internet blackout for the past 31 days. 31 days, 93 million people are cut off from the world. We can't call them. They can only call out using expensive prepaid cards, monitored VPNs, or illegal Starlink terminals that can get them executed. When they do call, the calls are short and the information is scarce. This week, I finally was able to speak briefly to relatives. They called to wish us a Happy New Year from Mashhad, Tehran, Rasht, and Shomal, which is the coastal region up north by the Caspian Sea. This is what they told me, that in most of the cities and provinces outside of Tehran, engar na engar jang has. It's like the war isn't even happening. People are going to work, having coffees, holding Nowruz parties, even hosting weddings. Here's a video of a regular night out in Shomal.
So that means up north. So up north by the where actually where the Maury's at, up north on the border between Azerbaijan and that part of Iraq and Turkey, they wouldn't want to bomb right there because remember those are their allies. Turkey, the bases they have in northern Iraq and Azerbaijan where the Maury's at. So they're not going to bomb right there because that's too close to their allies, American and Israeli allies in that northern part of Iran where you talk about her family lives at. They're going to be more down by the capital, blowing that shit up and closer to the east over by Afghanistan. So yeah, so that's too close to their border of their other allies. Because remember, they want those guys to invade Iran from those areas, from those border areas of Azerbaijan, Turkey, and northern Iraq. They want a ground invasion from those areas. So they're not going to bomb right there because those people are actually related to the people next door, to the border. So they don't want you, so they got people that live across the border that are actually family members, just like in Africa, right? So they don't want a border close to the place they want to invade Iran from. But go ahead, Joe.
Sporadically across the country. My aunt in Mashhad said they were so close to her home the other night, her windows were shaking. In Tehran, it's different. They are under heavy bombardment daily, all day. I asked my relatives why they're not leaving Tehran. It's so dangerous. They said this time it's different than the 12-day war with Israel in June, when most of the people did leave the city. This time staying is an act of defiance. It's resistance. My cousin said, we have tough skin. We're not scared. She said, we've learned to live under oppression for 47 years. The bombs don't scare us. I guess when you learn to live in fear for so long, you start to become numb to it.
So pause. No, she's a fake. She's one of the people that had money when Iran was under the Shah. They say they've been persecuted for 47 years. Remember, she's talking about the revolution. Iran had a revolution because everybody was put in poverty after the CIA and the Mossad overthrew their elected government in 1953. President Joby showed you, President Mossadegh. They overthrew his ass because he was taking the oil, imagine this, and giving it to his people. And as far as white people are concerned, that's a no-no. We put your shit belongs to us, just like in Africa. Your minerals and all your shit belongs to us. Now, if you don't give it to us, we overthrow your ass. So they overthrew Mossadegh and put in a king. A king of Iran was the Shah. That's what the name of a king is, called the Shah. They put him in power, but he was there for 27 years until the people uprose and overthrew his ass, which she calls being under oppression. Now, we're going to juxtapose this baloney broad, what she's saying, right? Because her family had to flee because she's one of the corrupt motherfuckers who were benefited. You always got bootlick families who were benefiting from the Iranians being put in poverty and real depression. So, Joby, type this in TikTok. Mm-hmm. Say the Shah, S-H-A, is it S-H-A? Yeah, Shah, S-H-A, yeah, S-H-A-I. Say the Shah of Iran, say the Shah of Iran gets overthrown in 1979. So she said when the revolution happened, oh, they're now being oppressed after the revolution. Now we know the Shah had secret police killing people, shooting them in the head. Same thing happened in Kenya. The Shah was unaliving people. They had secret prisons, chopping out people's body parts. There's all kind of wicked shit. But she said that was the good times. She said, go ahead, Joby.
How easy it is for a country to go from looking like this to this. Why am I bringing this up? No reason. What a lot of people don't realize is that the Iranian Revolution actually started out as a more left-leaning pro-democracy movement and essentially got hijacked and used by the ultra-religious theocrats. I have been trying to tell you guys the story of the Iran hostage crisis for a minute, but every time I sit down to do it, I get sucked into talking about the Iranian Revolution of 1979 because it's such a good story. So, because history is 90% tea with a little bit of spy stuff thrown in, I'm just going to talk about that today. What you have to know is that at the time, Iran is essentially a monarchy. And the guy who's in charge...
Exactly. But they always put, the white people always like put these kings in. They went to Africa. They feel that Africa would start getting too powerful with goofy kings, right? They give them fake dictators and say they got democracy. But in the Arab world, they put in these fake kings. We got these kings in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all these fake ass kings called shahs or emirs or whatever the fuck they call themselves. But these are kings. So when they took over Iran, they put their fake king. She's right. They put their fake king in there called the Shah. He was the king of Iran. So he had no public support. They just put him in power. You're our puppet. That all money comes back to us, and we're gonna keep you in power until they overthrew his ass. Go ahead.
Like a prime minister and like some semblance of democracy, but it's not actually democratic because there's only one party that's legal and everyone has to be a member of it. An idea that the Shah had after visiting China once. Because it is the 20th century and Iran has oil, there's of course a whole bunch of Cold War nonsense. The Shah is backed by the West. They helped him consolidate power and are now making him and Iran very rich by buying a lot of oil, so he loves them. Keep in mind, the Shah is not a good dude. Because the Shah is Mr. Rah-Rah Westernism and kind of has some light delusions of grandeur. He's evil. He like to call himself the Shahan Shah or King of Kings. Humble. In 1963, because there's so much money coming in, he wants to turn Iran into a westernized superpower. He kicks off the White Revolution, named that way because it was bloodless. He's like, we got to move away from this old school feudalism and move into this more modernized era. And the way he does that is by investing in infrastructure, Iranian businesses, education, redistributing land from feudalistic landowners. He also starts allowing for more freedom of religion and grants women the right to vote. And while a lot of these changes are, of course, great, he also starts upsetting a couple of groups of people, namely the former landowners and the clergy, who are starting to see their power really diminish. And one of the Ayatollah, or the top clergymen, who was really outspoken about this was Ayatollah Khomeini. He kicked up such a fuss that the Shah kicked him out of Iran and he was banished and went off to Iraq. But also, like, not everything is sunshine and daisies. Number one, all of this money is a really great opportunity for corruption. And some historians think that, like, if Iranians had given it more time, they probably would have seen more of the benefits. But what they were really seeing was an extreme spike in inequality. Inflation was
Exactly. They know all that fake shit. These white people try to talk crazy. Whenever they come steal your resources, like Africa, just look at Africa. Everybody's poor, but Africa's wealthy. So who's fucking got the wealth? The white people. So this is always a lie. All their fake democracy, all their systems are nothing more. They put an oppressive system in so they can keep stealing. They put puppets in there who help them steal from the people. Keeping the people, it's just that only black people can live in poverty longer than anybody else before they finally uprise, right? So the Iranians can only live in that poverty for 20-some years with this goofy king before they uprose. And man, we're in poverty. We're all fucked up. What's the benefit of this? But Africans can live in poverty forever. Pray to Allah, Jesus, whatever. Live in Kedetas and like say, I'm supposed to live all fucked up like this. No, eventually that's going to cause a revolution. Go ahead, Joe.
didn't benefit from the land redistribution are now flooding into the cities looking for work. There's also a lot of immigration. A lot of Iranians feel like they're competing with immigrants for jobs. Where have I heard that one before? Iranians getting educated all around the world are coming back and they're finding an economy that is not equipped to employ them. But also remember, the Shah is not a good dude. So he also has a pretty brutal secret police.
Secret police.
Of course,
that's right.
in general are not big fans of secret police who can just like carry you away in the middle of the night just because you said something.
They would tear you away in the middle of the night, chopping off your head, chopping off your arms, raping people. But the West didn't say nothing about that because they was giving them money. The money is like a mob. See, the West has set up a mafia system globally, where they're the people at the top and all these other fake people they put in power to make sure that money flows up to the top, which is them in the West. It's a mafia system. That's why it's based on power. Not based on, they'll tell you it's based on equality and democracy and all that other fake shit. It's fake. It's based on pure terror, power, and thuggery. Getting smacked in the mouth, smacked in the head. Because we're not dealing with real human beings to begin with. That's the dirty secret, right? So everything's about, putting people in power and that money going to them. And so that's why the Shah was never brought before the UN. Why wasn't the Shah who was running around snatching people off the streets, killing motherfuckers? Why was he never brought in front of the UN? Because the UN's not there for no fucking justice. Go ahead, Joby.
To add insult to injury, Americans and other Westerners can get away with anything. Iranians
exactly.
Are, okay, well, the Shah is obviously a problem, and he's the
exactly. He can get away with everything. That's
obviously a problem, and that really, really breeds a lot of resentment. In 1975, it's been like 12 years at this point, but Khomeini knows how to hold a grudge. He spent this whole time preaching and writing furiously about how much the Shah sucks. He also develops this theory of guardianship of the jurist, this idea that everything, especially governments, need Muslim guardianship. So Iran and Iraq have been butting heads for a while, but in 1975, they signed a treaty that means that people, goods, and ideas can start crossing that border again. And ideas can be dangerous. Even though Khomeini is still banished, all of a sudden 12 years worth of his rants and raves flood into Iran. By the 1970s, a lot of Iranians are like, hey, we had a constitution in 1906 that basically grants us democracy, and we want to go back to that. The problem with democracy is that you're going to disagree with a lot of the people that you're engaging in it with. Kind of the point. So even though everyone's fed up, they kind of need a leader to galvanize around. Enter Khomeini. There's a little something for everyone. He's a philosopher, so intellectuals like him. He also co-opts some Marxist language, so leftists like him. And most of the pro-democracy revolutionaries are Islamic. Khomeini's just keeping his full plan mostly under wraps. He knows how to preach to a choir, and most people are like, well, it can't get any worse, right? Then in 77, a couple of things happen. Number one, Khomeini's son passes away of a heart attack in Iraq, and some people are like, it's giving secret police. And on New Year's Eve, Jimmy Carter pays Iran a visit. Even though Jimmy Carter had been trying to get the Shah to chill out on all the secret police type stuff, he gives a speech praising the Shah and calling Iran an island of stability. And people are like, excuse me?
Exactly. Yeah, because he's the president of the United States. And that's what they do. He's a stability. Same way they would do with Museveni. They would praise these bootlicking niggas, these bootlicking people that keep the money flowing to them. Understand? White power is based on economy, money. That's how they stole the world. They tell everybody to be peaceful. You must be peaceful. All that bullshit. They didn't steal the world and get wealthy being peaceful. They tell the people that's all fucked up now to be peaceful. They ain't got shit being peaceful. So they say that. So I mean, it's a measure of greatness in this part of the world, and blah 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 blah. Because the Shah is kicking that money upstairs. Remember, this is a mob thing for white people. That money goes up. So he's a good man. He's one of our people. We keep him in it. The Shah's been chopping off heads, raping motherfuckers, taking them in their sleep. Chopping off their penises and putting it in their mouth. All kind of wicked shit he been doing. But he's our man because we're getting our cut of that Iranian oil. That's why. Go ahead, Joe.
For you, maybe, Mr. the West. But thanks for confirming that it's all your fault. And then the Shah, who apparently cannot read a room to save his life, takes this as a stamp of approval and his cue to really double down and finally get rid of the last bits of dissent that are bugging him. A week later, a couple of his guys anonymously publish a hit piece on Khomeini, basically calling him everything under the sun. And it really, really manages to piss everyone off. So a bunch of seminary students take to the streets, and then January 9th, 1978.
Now I'm going to tell you, now The funny thing I'm gonna say as a test of history, this is where Kenya's at right now. If Ruto don't understand, most of these morons in Africa are stupid. He doesn't know how to read the room of his people. Kenya, more than any other country in Africa, is where Iran was 47 years on the verge of revolution. Because you got people getting murdered, getting disappeared. Same shit the Shah was doing. This motherfucking goofy moron Ruto's doing. Selling out the country. He's the top pet of the West. So he almost on the same powder keg in Kenya that Iran was 47 years ago. But go ahead, Joby.
Demonstrations. Someone in the crowd throws a rock through a shop window. Even though months later, people were still convinced it was not happening until after it happened, this is considered by many as the start of the Iranian Revolution. Because of course, all hell breaks loose. It turns into a full-blown riot. Police start firing into the air and eventually fire onto the crowd. At the time, even pro-revolutionary sources documented the losses in the single digits most of the time. And at that first one, I believe their total tally is 5. Khomeini never lets a good tragedy go to waste. The rumors began immediately that it was hundreds, but the evidence doesn't seem to support that. Number one, Khomeini really popularized this idea of martyrdom. So when people were lost, it was a big deal. And number two, which makes this revolution so incredible, the demonstrations were largely peaceful. The goal was not to face off with soldiers, it was to convince them to join the demonstrators. Don't get me wrong, there were occasional skirmishes and riots that would break out, but compared to the overall numbers, it was a tiny amount. This, by the way, is part of the incredibly important role that women played. Even Khomeini had to come out and praise it a couple of times. And this is a guy who got kicked out, at least in part, for saying that women should never have a say in what happens to Iran. Not only were the women instrumental in getting a lot of men to join, they also often led at the front of the demonstrations themselves, including while carrying small children on their hips.
This how African men. I told you. I've been to women always start women always look back at revolution. You know history. Like I said, even Africa, the women always. That's why you seen that girl 2 years ago in Kenya when she got up in front of that police says, "I'm fighting for my rights and yours too." He was like all fucked up, like what? So it's always going to be revolution, especially with black women. It's always going to start from black women. Always. Not the weak ass men.
Khomeini, outside of being like, well, you know what would really stick it to the Shah? Wearing hijab, again, kept his plans for women mostly under wraps. But what this event kicks off is that every 40 days, marking the end of the Islamic mourning period, there's another round of even bigger demonstrations. And then again, 40 days after that. And don't let anyone tell you that protest doesn't work, because the Shah starts making concessions almost immediately. The guy is really freaked out by unrest. He is not equipped to handle this. The guy is like battling cancer, which no one really knows at this time. When there's a handful of casualties in Tabriz, he fires all the SAVAK in the city. He starts replacing government officials with moderates, releasing political prisoners. He's like, oh, you want democracy? Sure. I'll get you democracy. And at moments, it kind of seems like the appeasement is working, right? As it kind of should. People are like, oh, okay, we're getting what we want, so we can kind of chill out. But this doesn't work for Khomeini. He wants to be top dog. So anytime things seem to be kind of chilling out, Khomeini is right there, kind of ready to stoke the flames. By summer, the demonstrations had pretty much stagnated, but then two things happened. Number one, the PM decides to try to curb inflation by cutting government spending, but then a bunch of people lose their jobs. So there's more people going, what the hell, man? Number two, and this is a big one, the Cinema Rex fire. During the demonstrations, the usual targets were things associated with Westernism, things like bars, banks, and cinemas. And on August 19th, when things had quieted down too much for some, 4 men barred the doors of the Cinema Rex Theater and burned it down with hundreds inside. At least 400 were lost. Despite cinema burning being a classic Islamic extremist thing, something that they'd been doing literally for a decade, and today we know for a fact that that is exactly who was responsible. Khomeini's people immediately blamed the Shah, and people buy it for some reason. Probably because they wanted to have things to blame the Shah for. Things immediately ramp up and reach their, spoiler alert, final fever pitch phase under the Shah. This whole time, the Shah is making more and more concessions. He even brings in a new PM to start organizing the elections, but things keep escalating and the people are not appeased. September 8th at midnight, the Shah in total panic mode.
He's ruled the country. See, movements work against you because he's stupid, right? You're like a Ruto. He's too late. Even though he's not the one that burnt all those people alive, you've been ruling 27 years as a vicious, brutal dictator. And now you're too late with the events on the ground. Events have, especially with a revolution, events have a way of taking over themselves. And the people don't trust you no way, even though it wasn't you who burnt them people alive. It was probably the crazy Islamic motherfuckers who did it. But they don't believe that because Your past shows that you've been brutally fucked up, and you're too late. You took too long to turn the ship around. You should have been doing this 10 years earlier, so they probably would have left your ass in power. If you would have made some concessions to make people's lives better. It's okay, I'm just going to be a figurehead. I'm not really going to rule, but I'll still be king just like they do in Britain. If you guys think the British don't rule, the motherfucking king and queen of Britain don't rule England, you're crazy. They say they're a figurehead. That's a lie. That's why I told you, Canada, fucking Australia, New Zealand, all these people still work under the king and queen of England. They tell you they're a figurehead, that's a lie. But he could have pretended he was a figurehead, still kept power, but because people are stupid, and put out a fake government. So yeah, they're the ones ruling. They're the ones, don't get mad at me. That's the democratic process. You got two parties. They the one keep fucking up. I don't got nothing to do with it. When actually I do. I still run all of it. But you don't know, because I set a system up of opposing factions called a democracy. You got this you got this group and this other group. So half of you go over to this group, the other half go to that group. They keep fighting, shit don't get done. You blame them. You don't blame me, because at the end of the day, they still got to come see me. I said, nope, I don't like that. This gonna be the rule. You ain't know it's me doing it. I said, I'm out of it. I'm just a figurehead now. That's what the British do. I'm just a figurehead. I don't got shit to do. I just name only. I'm just a king in name only. I don't got no political power. These are these two goddamn groups that run the country, not me. You guys got a president now. You guys got two different parties now. I don't got nothing to do with it. So the people focus their anger toward these parties, not me, not knowing that I still run everything. You should have did that 10 years ago, dummy, because you give the people the semblance. Because people are stupid. It takes them a long time to figure out, say, hey, we've been fooled. Shit ain't changed. Yeah. It's like they did the Africans with the fake independence movement. I'm trying to think we wasn't really independent. Yeah. Only took you 50 years to figure that out, huh? 60 years now. Yeah. You're not. So you fuck with people's mind. You give them the illusion. Of independence and freedom while you're still fucking them. Okay? Let's go that, Joe. We got an hour. Let's go where we got a little less than an hour. Let's go. I sent you a video. So I want you to play this video. So okay, I need people to understand there's things in this world that we don't understand and we don't know. We've been given a false view of how the world really works. Right? And a lot of the veils, that's what your Armageddon is in your goofy Bible. The veil is being lifted. That's what it means. As a new age, a new era, a new eon, you're starting to see different things that you probably can't fathom or understand because these things have been kept away from us. So that's why it's always good for you to learn to have an open mind, to understand that things do not appear as you think they are. You might call things supernatural. Those are things supernatural. These are natural things that you have not been exposed to or have any clear understanding of because you've been taught complete bullshit how the world works, what's in the world, and what's going on purpose, because this world is a control system. So we're controlled through lies. And as we start waking up and the vibration starts changing, you're going to start seeing certain things that your ancient ancestors talked about, like dog-headed men. Talking about dog-headed men that now people seeing everywhere? Marco Polo talked about that almost 800, 900 years ago when he was going from Italy to China. He told you about, they were called Cynocephali, that there was a group of dog-headed men. He wasn't crazy. Now you get all these videos of these dog-headed men all over TikTok. And you can look at AI and say, is this an AI video? AI tell you, no, this ain't AI. Just like the video Joby showed. I'm going to play that again. I'm going to send it to Joby to play again. what Joey played yesterday of all the black people in Jerusalem 100 years ago. 100 years ago, all black. And it is not AI. That's a real video of who actually was there. Not the people you see there today, all these white Palestinians and white Jewish people. They weren't even there 100 years ago. So that whole place was still African. So I want you guys to look at this and say, what is really a human being? Who's really human? Who really has a soul from the source and is less than you think there is? So let me be quiet, let Joby go ahead and play. I might have to have Joby play this twice. But go ahead, Joby.
In these videos, you will see proof of their existence from all around the world. So hang on to witness it all. In 2025,
and this not AI. As I told you, digital cameras keep picking up what Credo Mutwal called the Chitauri, which your ancient ancestors called the demonic energy, which is reptile, which is also in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Talking about you wouldn't be able to see it unless you were able to manipulate the frequency to know what's in these avatars. Avatar, your body's an avatar. It's not real. The energy that sits in it is who you are. Your soul, which sits in your pineal gland, is who you actually are. You are nothing but air, ether, a light beam. So an avatar, you think you're looking at a human being, you don't know what the fuck is up inside of it. What sits in this avatar? What energy is up in this thing? Because you've been taught that everybody's just human. And that's a lie. Because the human frame is an illusion. It's a magnetic field. It's a prison house. Okay? But you as a person, you're not your body. You are a thing of light sitting in the pineal gland in the center of your brain is where you're really at. You're housed in this avatar. Okay? So some things house this avatar from lower dimensions, which we call reptile energy, which the ancient Africans already told you. And it's right there in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, called housed with reptile energy, low vibrational energy. That's what's running this fucking planet. That's why all these wars, everything's so wicked, and raping of children and eating them. All this shit you can't even fathom. Your mind can't even compute some wicked shit like this. And it's the norm. But go ahead, Joby.
Romania, a street CCTV captured something shocking in the middle of the night. It showed a person covered in white clothes walking along the roadside. Suddenly, the figure instantly changed shape and turned into a dog before running away.
What the?
The face was not clear, and no one knows who or what it was. Since that night, people in the town stay alert because they don't know which animal might not be normal. Mysterious man. This clip makes it seem like someone is not what they first appear. It's from Iran and shows a man entering a hospital waiting area like any normal patient. But then when his legs become visible on camera, they don't look human at all. They're strange and goat-like. Unsettling enough to make anyone pause. The way he is transformed into a man makes it hard to know what's truly going on around him. Incomplete shapeshift. This is one of the smoothest yet incomplete shape-shifting cases. A hotel staff member is walking in a hallway when she suddenly slips. At that exact moment, she instantly transforms into a dog. However, the transformation is not fully complete. If you look closely, her legs still appear human-like. She also seems confused, as if this happened unexpectedly. It feels less controlled and more like an accident that exposed something hidden. After this incident, she never returned to the hotel, and no one knows where she went afterward. Non-human revealed. In 2003, Mexico, during a local festival, a couple was dancing when something strange happened. The woman suddenly pushed the man away, as if she saw something terrifying. And his feet were goat-like, not human. Everyone watching was stunned. Before anyone could react, he created a strange smoke and disappeared into it. The crowd was left in shock, unable to understand what had just happened. Half transformation. Watch this clip carefully. This guy, late at night, was probably heading home, but something felt off, like something was about to happen. Suddenly, he sits down, and his upper body instantly transforms into a dog. It runs away, but his legs remain human, half transformed. Where he went after that, no one knows. What happened was completely strange, and the footage left everyone who saw it puzzled and unsettled. Woman shape shifting. If you see a stray dog around you, it usually feels normal, but what if it suddenly changes shape? This is exactly what happened in a CCTV clip. A dog walks near a pool and stops for a few seconds. Then it smoothly transforms into a woman and quickly runs away. She was unaware that the camera recorded everything. Now the real question is, who are these people, and how do they even have such abilities? Werewolf shapeshifter. You'd think shapeshifting into a wolf is just fantasy, but this clip says otherwise. It shows a man who looks completely normal walking to the roadside at night. He sits down in a strange position, and after a moment, he suddenly transforms into a wolf. The change happens very quickly, and then the wolf calmly walks away, as if nothing strange just happened. Situations like this make it hard to know who is real and who might be something else. Eerie shapeshifting. This clip makes it seem like someone is becoming a shapeshifter for the first time. It shows a woman casually walking along the roadside. Suddenly, she falls down, and at that moment, her body starts transforming. Within seconds, she smoothly turns into a pig. The transformation looks very unusual and eerie, and it feels like it was not planned or controlled by her, almost like something triggered it unexpectedly. Woods mystery. Late one night in a small town in Japan, a man was heading home after work and decided to take a shortcut through the woods. The path was quiet, almost too quiet, until he noticed someone walking toward him. At first, it looked like a normal person. But then, right in front of him, the figure changed into a stray dog. He just stood there.
Is this the guy? Is this the guy? Is this the guy that created crypto? Is this Toki Yakamoto? Turned into a dog? Is this Toki Yakamoto? Back it up again, Joe. Yeah, back it up again one more time. It's just, we're going from that's okay. Go ahead. No, I just wanted you to go back with the guy who's with the car. But go, just keep this.
In the
Oh, you wanted me to go back to to that guy, not to the from the beginning.
Yeah. Not the big guy. I just want you to go to the guy driving. You know, but it just
everyone.
It's okay. Start from the beginning again. Start from the beginning. It's okay.
Okay.
Thing truly night. People in
that was the crypto guy out in the woods.
In these videos, you will see proof of their existence from all around the world. So hang on to witness it all.
What you say, and now you can't say these are video tricks. They're not video tricks. These are unknown things that you don't know, that you're not allowed to know, that are real. I'm gonna have Joby look up there's another video that you can ask AI, is this AI until you know it's not, right? Of cynocephaly, that we know that Marco Polo talked about, the dog-headed men that could talk, right? Ones we know that's on the walls of Kemet. But go ahead, Joby. Go ahead.
In 2025, in a small town in Romania, a street CCTV captured something shocking in the middle of the night. It showed a person, covered in white clothes, walking along the roadside. Suddenly, the figure instantly changed shape and turned into a dog before running away. The face was not clear, and no one knows who or what it was. Since that night, people in the town stay alert, because they don't know which animal might not be normal. Mysterious man. This clip makes it seem like someone is not what they first appear. It's from Iran and shows a man entering a hospital waiting area like any normal patient. But then when his legs become visible on camera, They don't look human at all. They're strange and goat-like. Unsettling enough to make anyone pause. The way he is transformed into a man makes it hard to know what's truly going on around him. Incomplete shapeshift. This is one of the smoothest yet incomplete shape-shifting cases. A hotel staff member is walking in a hallway when she suddenly slips. At that exact moment, she instantly transforms into a dog. However, the transformation is not fully complete. If you look closely, her legs still appear human-like. She also seems confused, as if this happened unexpectedly. It feels less controlled and more like an accident that exposed something hidden. After this incident, she never returned to the hotel, and no one knows where she went afterward. Non-human revealed. In 2003, Mexico, during a local festival, a couple was dancing when something strange happened. The woman suddenly pushed the man away, as if she saw something terrifying. And his feet were goat-like, not human. Everyone watching was stunned. Before anyone could react, he created a strange smoke and disappeared into it. The crowd was left in shock, unable to understand what had just happened. Half transformation. Watch this clip carefully. This guy, late at night, was probably heading home, but something felt off, like something was about to happen. Suddenly, he sits down, and his upper body instantly transforms into a dog. It runs away, but his legs remain human, half transformed. Where he went after that, no one knows. What happened was completely strange, and the footage left everyone who saw it puzzled and unsettled. Woman shape shifting. If you see a stray dog around you, it usually feels normal. But what if it suddenly changes shape? This is exactly what happened in a...
And the way I like even petting stray dog, not petting them, but just be nice with stray dogs. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, there you go. My big shape shift on your head.
CCTV clip. A dog walks near a pool and stops.
I see dogs on the street. I'm like, "Hi, puppy," just saying. I'm not doing that ever again.
Stops for a few seconds. Then it smoothly transforms into a woman and quickly runs away. She was unaware that the camera recorded everything. Now the real question is, who are these people, and how do they even have such abilities? Werewolf shapeshifter. You'd think shapeshifting into a wolf is just fantasy, but this clip says otherwise. It shows a man who looks completely normal walking to the roadside at night. He sits down in a strange position, and after a moment, he suddenly transforms into a wolf. The change happens very quickly, and then the wolf calmly walks away, as if nothing strange just happened. Situations like this make it hard to know who is real and who might be something else. Eerie shapeshifting. This clip makes it seem like someone is becoming a shapeshifter for the first time. It shows a woman casually walking along the roadside. Suddenly, she falls down, and at that moment, her body starts transforming. Within seconds, she smoothly turns into a pig. The transformation looks very unusual and eerie, and it feels like it was not planned or controlled by her, almost like something triggered it unexpectedly. Woods mystery. Late one night in a small town in Japan, a man was heading home after work and decided to take a shortcut through the woods. The path was quiet, almost too quiet, until he noticed someone walking toward him. At first, it looked like a normal person. But then, right in front of him, the figure changed into a stray dog. He just stood there, shocked, trying to process what he saw. After that night, no one ever saw him in that area again. And that part makes it even stranger. Upside down walk. In Texas, a CCTV footage captured something truly strange. A man can be seen walking upside down along the street, moving in a way that makes no sense. People watching might wonder why he's doing it, but the real twist comes next. In an instant, he suddenly stands upright, completely normal, and continues walking as if nothing happened. The entire moment feels unnatural, almost like he was attempting to shapeshift, leaving anyone who saw it shocked and puzzled. Out of nowhere appearance. Now this is something truly scary. A man's bike breaks down, and he stops under a streetlight to check some tools. Suddenly, a dog runs toward him, but it's not a dog. In an instant, it transforms into a human, standing right behind him, and the man has no idea. What's terrifying is how perfectly it blends in. Moments like this remind us that you can never really know who around you is normal and who might be a shapeshifter. These were all the shapeshifter sightings happening around the world. And now I will show you all the reptilian shapeshifting from all over the world. Reptilian. Recently, President Donald Trump held an event at the White House, attended by senior officials from various departments. But what stood out most was a woman no one publicly knew, though a few people recognized her.
Pause that, Joe, because now we can see that because of the digital camera is picking up the frequency of these damn things, which those told you over 100,000 years ago about them being brought into Atlantis, right? And we all this stuff ain't real. This is all African science, all of it's real. He said you would not be able to tell who these people are unless you're able to change the vibrational state around. The digital camera is able to change the vibrational state. Look at a different frequency. That's why I can see these goddamn things showing up every fucking where on your TV screen, because everything's now in digital. And it can pick up in that frequency, but you can't see with the human eye because you don't see it in that frequency unless you vibrate at a higher frequency, as told you. The digital camera is. That's why you see all these fucking people with this reptile energy, the Chitauri, as the Africans called them. But go ahead, Jobin.
Normal. They were reptilian. Her eerie smile made the atmosphere even stranger, yet everyone acted casual, as if they fully understood her reality. This incident suggests that reptilian beings might exist among the elite, hidden in plain sight. Different. Left eye. CNBC's Andrew Ross Sorkin talks about the economic uncertainty around President Trump's global tariffs, and why some business leaders are afraid to speak out, fearing retribution. But wait a sec. Look closely at his left eye. Both eyes are different, and one appears reptilian. He doesn't seem aware that this side has been revealed. The moment is unsettling, leaving viewers to wonder how many in positions of power might not be who they seem, and what else could be hiding in plain sight.
I spoke to a number of CEOs over the weekend, most of whom actually don't still want to talk on the record, but virtually all of whom are deeply concerned.
Unusual features. Due to ongoing tensions between Iran and Israel, a claim surfaced that Netanyahu is not alive anymore. And maybe they are right. A recent press conference video shows unusual features in his teeth, fingers, facial structure, and even his hearing aid. Some experts suggest the footage could be AI or a deepfake, but nothing has been officially confirmed. The video has sparked widespread speculation, leaving viewers unsure about what is real and what might have been manipulated. A reptilian presence. Take a close look at this footage. A man who seems to be the Pope stands still as someone tugs at his nose, but his face does not respond like normal skin. It moves like a mask being manipulated. Moments later, he even adjusts it himself. Watching carefully, it becomes clear this is not the Pope at all, but something else entirely. A reptilian presence assuming a human form right before your eyes. John the Reptilian. Meet John Smith, or should we say John the Reptilian. People started saying this because John was a senior reporter in Australia. Back in 2008, during a live report, something strange kept happening. His eyes were glitching continuously, visibly changing shape into something reptilian. It wasn't just one moment, it happened multiple times on camera. Viewers noticed, and the clip spread quickly. Soon after, John was removed from the channel, and since then, no one knows where he went or what really happened to him. Dark, unnatural shift. While Rahm Emanuel spoke, the camera zoomed in on his eyes. At first, they seemed normal, but seconds later, a dark, unnatural shift appeared, eyes that didn't look human. It was fleeting, subtle, yet chilling, as if something hidden inside him was trying to surface. That brief glimpse left viewers shaken, a silent warning that what we see isn't always what's real, and sometimes, the truth is far stranger than it seems. Frog throat. Fans of Katy Perry noticed something strange that few talked about. During a show, she revealed her throat, and it didn't look like a normal human throat at all. Some said it looked like a frog throat, while others pointed out It matches classic
Because
reptilian signs.
Because it's not
Then
a human trait.
there are the times her eyes seem to glitch at events. It makes you wonder, are these random moments, or is she showing us something no one was supposed to see?
Oh, God.
See, look at hello. Oh my God, this is talent.
Eerie woman. A video shared from an unknown source on a social site left many viewers puzzled. It showed a gathering of women, everything seeming normal at first. But one woman looked different. Her eyes kept changing, turning eerily dark, as if something else was inside her. The shift didn't feel natural and caught everyone's attention. Viewers had different opinions. Some believed she was possessed, while others were convinced she was a shapeshifter hiding in plain sight. Mysterious woman. In Iraq, a strange case unfolded when a group of friends noticed something unusual late at night. A woman was walking along the roadside, and as they looked closer, they were shocked. Her big ears, pale skin, and unusual clothes made her stand out in a way that felt unnatural. She moved so casually that it seemed even she didn't realize her real form was revealing itself. The friends quickly tried to record her, but before they could get any answers, she disappeared completely. No one knows who or what she really was. Bianca Gomez. Bianca Gomez was seen at an award function walking with her guard when she suddenly fell down. It seemed normal at first, but something about it wasn't right. Look closely at her feet, they twisted in an unnatural way, yet she stood up and kept walking like nothing happened. That kind of movement isn't normal. Moments like this make it seem like she could be a shapeshifter, because her feet didn't behave like a normal human's would. A reptilian secret. The newsroom was alive with activity as anchor Emily Kelly delivered the broadcast, flawlessly, almost unnervingly so. Then came the hiss. Every time she spoke the letter S, the sound slithered through unnaturally. Clips circulated online, slowed and examined frame by frame. Many suspected a reptilian secret had been revealed. Yet the strangest part? No clarification, no follow-up. The incident vanished quietly, leaving a chilling mystery that still puzzles viewers today.
Suffering from a major psychological disorder, and that it might actually be bipolar. Could be that. The doc then predicts how much longer they'll live. Sick, I know, but I also know you want to hear what she has to say.
Reptilian in nature. Back in 2007, a Canadian senator appeared on a live television program, and everything seemed normal at first. Suddenly, something strange appeared in his neck, as if there was something beneath the skin, reptilian in nature. The change was subtle, almost unnoticed, but it sparked a lot of controversy, with many claiming he was a reptilian. As usual, the topic was quickly silenced, leaving viewers shocked and questioning what they had just witnessed. Inhuman. In 1999, while speaking to his party workers, the former Brazilian president suddenly gave onlookers a chilling moment. Mid-sentence, his voice deepened and roughened, almost unrecognizable. Simultaneously, his face contorted into something undeniably inhuman. For just a heartbeat, it felt like a reptilian presence was breaking through. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, everything snapped back to normal. That brief glimpse left many questioning whether the president, or something around him, was hiding a far stranger secret than anyone expected.
E ao mesmo tempo, nós não vamos parar por aí. Já estão encomendados.
Reptilian layer beneath. Back in 2002, something happened in a Spanish assembly that people barely talk about. All the generals and ministers were present. Everything seemed normal until one of the top-ranking generals suddenly collapsed. Everyone rushed over immediately. But here's the unsettling part. His face looked like it was changing, almost revealing a reptilian layer beneath. You can decide what it really was, and the way everyone acted like it was nothing, that alone makes the whole scene feel off. Hidden truth. While appearing on a show, Heidi Klum was casually asked about reptilians, and that's when things got strange. Her expression changed instantly, oddly unnatural. For a brief second, her tongue flicked in a hiss-like motion. Her eyes seemed off, and the skin on her neck tensed in a strange way. At the time, it was dismissed as acting, but watching it now feels unsettling. Some think it wasn't intentional, as if a hidden truth accidentally surfaced.
Tile? Yes, I'm one of those lizards. Don't do that. You look so pretty.
A small slip. Is Mark Zuckerberg really human? Some clips make you wonder. In one interview, he states he's human, then quickly adds still human, a small slip that caught everyone's attention.
but it is going to bother you because you're human. And I was human. I am human still.
In another, he pretends to drink water, yet nothing happens. No swallow, no movement. People called it a coincidence, but the odd moments keep piling up. Whether reptilian or something else, there's an unmistakable feeling that something about him just isn't right. Silicone mask. Watch this clip carefully. It will definitely confuse you at first. Here you can see an old man adjusting himself in a strange way, and something immediately feels off. That's because it's not his real face. It's actually a young boy wearing a silicone mask, trying to prove that
Wow. That's crazy. So that's the end of it. That's crazy and shocking. So we have the second one.
Yeah, do the second one. That's how you do the third. What? You said? You never what, Joby? What?
I'm not petting a dog again. No strange dogs. Get out of my way. Shit, that's crazy. Very shocking. Second one.
Swallow, no movement. People called it a coincidence, but the odd moments keep piling up. Whether reptilian or something else, there's an unmistakable feeling that something about him just isn't right. Silicone mask. Watch this clip carefully. It will definitely confuse you at first. Here you can see an old man adjusting himself in a strange way, and something immediately feels off. That's because it's not his real face. It's actually a young boy wearing a silicone mask, trying to prove that reptilian beings live among us using such disguises. After this, he went missing for some time, and when he returned, he never spoke about reptilians again, and you might know why.
Really nice.
Neck shift shape. Former White House press secretary and current Fox News host Kayleigh McEnany was live on a program a few years ago when something unusual happened. During the broadcast, her neck appeared to shift shape in a strange way, almost like something was moving beneath the skin, similar to a reptilian form. No one on set seemed to notice it at the time. Only one viewer captured the moment and shared it online, but the person who posted it later went missing. Moments like this make people question how powerful this reptilian society is.
D.C. for the weekend, President Trump tried to ramp up the pressure on Senate Republicans using his weekly address to urge them to repeal and
Classic reptilian trait. At first glance, this woman seems completely ordinary, but take a closer look at her eyes. Suddenly, they change clear, sharp, unmistakably showing that classic reptilian trait. Everything else, her face, her gestures, remains perfectly human. That's what makes it so unnerving. It's as if reptilians have merged seamlessly into our world, making them nearly impossible to spot, unless you know exactly where to look. Almost reptilian. The royal family has always been in controversy for different reasons, but this clip makes it feel like maybe there's something more to it. This is Prince William. Look closely at his neck. Now think about it. Does a normal human neck look like that? The way it seems to change shape doesn't feel natural. It looks unusual, almost reptilian. And if this is true, then it suggests that reptilians could exist among powerful people. Eyes shifted subtle. During a live TV broadcast, a man spotted something that went unnoticed by everyone else. As the reporter spoke, eyes shifted subtle, yet unmistakable. He grabbed his phone and recorded the moment, and on replay, the change was impossible to miss. The reporter continued speaking, oblivious to what had just occurred. That fleeting glimpse left viewers unsettled. Now we can say that reptilians might not be myths.
We know how elections go in this country.
What the is that?
Cracks forming. ABC 7 News reporter Craig Wall, back in 2009, was delivering a report when something strange began happening. Live on camera, his face started to look unusual, almost like cracks were forming, as if something beneath was trying to come through. He had no idea, and continued speaking normally. At the time, people assumed it was just a video glitch, but looking back now, it feels like something else was briefly revealed in front of everyone. His eyes changed color. Could Donald Trump have been a reptilian during his first presidential tenure? An old clip has resurfaced, showing a press conference where something unusual happened. At first, people thought it was just a glitch, but one of his eyes clearly shifted and changed color. The sudden change revealed his reptilian nature.
Say it would rise to 105% of GDP over the next 10 years.
Reptilian vibe. During a backstage interview, the legendary WWE star Andre the Giant seemed off. His eyes caught attention. First, they didn't look like his usual ones, almost as if the color had shifted. Then came the unsettling smile. His teeth were jagged, sharp, and unlike any humans, giving off a distinctly reptilian vibe. For a moment, fans couldn't help but question whether this was accidental, or a subtle signal that reptilians weren't hiding anymore. Silent warning. Reptilians might be walking among us, and most of us wouldn't even notice. A video surfaced online from an unknown source, showing something deeply unsettling. A man, seemingly ordinary, slowly peeled away what looked like a human mask. His hands, his face, none of it was real. Beneath it all, wasn't human, but a reptilian, disguised in human form. The clip felt like a silent warning, almost like they were announcing their presence among us. Not human presence. There is something about this video that feels instantly unsettling. A man stands with his eyes wide open, barely blinking, holding the same empty gaze the entire time. The person who recorded it replayed the footage over and over, still unable to make sense of those eyes. No injury, no trick, just that stare. And once you see it, a chilling thought comes to mind. This presence was not human and should not have been there. Mask hiding something. Even at high-profile events, some moments make you look twice. When Barack Obama attended a public gathering, one of his bodyguards immediately stood out. In zoomed-in frames, his features looked strange, bald head, unusual ears, and eyes that seemed to observe everything unnaturally. It did not look like a normal face, almost like a mask hiding something beneath. Moments like this make you wonder if some powerful figures are surrounded by reptilian protectors, silently watching and guarding secrets the public is not meant to see. Arm stretch impossible. At a basketball game, a moment went completely unnoticed by the crowd. Only when the footage was replayed did it become clear. As a player stepped forward to grab the ball, his arm stretched in a way that seemed impossible, far beyond normal human reach. The movement was subtle, but deeply unsettling. That brief glimpse confirmed what many feared, a reptilian presence hiding among humans, showing itself for just a fraction of a second, blinking fast. So Ryan Clark is live on TV, and right away, something feels off. People start noticing his blinking fast, non-stop, just not normal. It's almost like he's a clone struggling to keep it together. Then, for just a second, his eyes change sharp, reptilian, and the craziest part, he doesn't even notice. Just like that, it's gone. But if you caught that moment, you can't help but wonder, what really is going on behind that calm face? Almost reptilian. At a Rammstein concert, something strange happened that no one noticed at the time. The band was performing normally, and one of the main members looked completely ordinary. But later, when the footage was reviewed, a brief moment stood out. As he blinked, his eyes appeared to shift.
When the grid collapses, it's not chaos that...
That's crazy. Then the last one, we have the last one here.
Yeah, the last one I want to show you is what Joe was talking. The last one where we talk about that you've been lied to, that you see that most of the Middle East and what we call Northeast Africa was still black people just 100 years. This is 1920. It's 2020 now, 2026. This is 1924, 102 years ago. So you see just that just recently. That's what I told you about. Even if with your fake white man with the dirty robe would have been walking in that area, he would have been black. Okay, but at this time, there's still nothing but that whole place is just black people. Where did these people go to? What happened to these people? This is only 100 years ago. This is not ancient history. It's 100 years ago. And then Tinsby, you asking me, could CERN? Yeah, CERN is definitely bringing in these demonic reptile energy for the purpose of housing in these white avatars. Yes. And also, yes, question is the website down? Yeah, it's being worked on right now. So yeah, it's down right now. But what you see is what you see right here that you've been lied to over and over again. Even the white Palestinians, like I said, they're not there, right? Those are only black people there, right? Only black people there. The majority of them are black people. So that's what you see. But today you would think all these people been there for these people been there for generations and they've been there for thousands of years. That's a lie. These were always black areas. And even like I told you, Iran was once all black. Maybe not as soon, maybe not as recently as this, but anything back in ancient times, all these places were black. These other people are new. Their avatars are new to the planet that house this demonic energy and all this other shit going on. That's why you see a bunch of black people shape-shifting and shit. Because majority of black, not all, you got some black people that don't have souls, but the majority of black people on the planet are human beings and are indigenous to this whole planet. It comes straight from the source. I got the radio. Straight from the source, the creator. Okay? These other things are hybrid created. We'll go, Jeff, go ahead, play.
Okay.
We'll get on about it.
Let me know where y'all think this is. Like, drop it in the comments right now. Where do y'all think this is?
This
This is
is
footage
it.
from 1925, and this was posted over 5 years
This is
ago. and has
Jerusalem.
been
This is what
confirmed to
this is what's getting blown up right now with these other people. But you see, the majority of people then are all Africans. Okay? So we always say, well, where the fuck do these other people come from? And what happened to the Africans that were just there? What happened to these people? Well, go ahead, Joby. And we know that the video, all the proposals, and we know the video is not AI. This is a real video. It's not an AI video. This is a real video. No AI. This is really a video shot 100 years ago, which is nothing, which is just yesterday. This ain't ancient times. It's 100 years ago. Where the fuck did all these niggas go? They ain't there today. Go ahead, Joe.
in 1925 before Israel was
100 years
formed
ago.
in 1948. And I just say that
Exactly.
to say, how many times has there been a great reset? And how does that process work? Like, what do they do with these people? They go in, because right now you're seeing the blackout happen in Cuba. You're seeing everything happen in Gaza. You're seeing all of these different countries just have a complete paradigm shift, like a complete
All these
shutdown,
black people.
breakdown, and then another takeover. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, look at how beautiful, how rich this land was. Look at the people, okay, and how they looked. Yeah, this is definitely not giving what we're being told is the truth today. And it just goes to show that this was never taught to us in school for a very specific reason, because I've definitely learned about Helen Keller and Anne Frank, but why wasn't I taught about this part of history? This is in 1925, and who was recording? And how much more footage is there out there just like this? I have never-ending questions, okay? But let me know if you've ever seen this footage. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Per usual, these are my
Yeah, this is Jerusalem. Don't look nothing like that today with those other people. This is all black. But Kenyans seen this, they probably stoned that girl, stoned that video.
See if I can find it and share it very quickly. Should be somewhere here.
What you looking for, Joe? What you share?
The similar video to that. It is. Got it.
Oh, to the one you had the other day?
This is Jerusalem in 1925.
Yep.
Why do you think the leader said, how are you guys Jews if you guys left black but came back white? How
Yeah,
to
that's what
leave
Joe showed. Yeah.
white? You've been lied to. This is Jerusalem.
Yep. But as we wind up, let me go to the comments very quickly as we wrap it up. Shout out to everyone with us on the chat. K. Williams, Emil, Jerome Mosquito. I see Aaron James. Shout out to 10 Speed, Sail the Seas. Shout out to Abdallah and to everyone who I might not have mentioned, or the silent listeners. Earlier we had Emil saying that okay, let me see. I've rewatched the live streams you did yesterday. You talked about them doing projection of Jesus in the sky to fool people. It reminds me of Project Bluebeam, and I see people on Facebook talking about it. It happened in Kenya. I told you. My stepmom literally witnessed Jesus. It happened in Kenya. You guys are playing.
You gonna call? She calling Joby. Time to come home, Joby, and be with us in the Lord.
And that's what the job was to say. Africans think poverty is the norm, unfortunately. And I also see, okay. Aaron Jim says, I know Kid doesn't like Black Truth. I haven't listened to him in years, but he has good broadcast on Iran.
Who's Black Truth? Who's that? I don't like who's this? Who we talking about? I don't like Black. You talking about Professor Black Truth? Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't listen to what he's saying about Iran. I haven't seen him in a minute. Yeah, Professor Black Truth. Yeah, because he's a charlatan. I don't. So I had to see what he's saying first. Tell me what he's saying, Aaron. Then maybe I'll go look it up. Write down in the comments, what is he saying about Iran? Because it's always, they don't, remember, these Negroes never talk about the war. They always talk about some superficial racial shit. Professor Black Truth, his buddy Jason Black, the Black Authority dude, and Tariq Nasheed. They don't ever really discuss geopolitics in that thing as far as because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about most of the time. So let me know what he's saying, Aaron, and maybe I go, listen, you're right, I can't stand his ass because most of the stuff he's talking about is anti-black. He likes to put black scholars in his mouth that would never agree with him and this fake FBA movement that they pushing, right? They pushing this black hatred. But he had to dial it back a little bit. I'm not meeting all black people because he knows he fucks his credibility up because he tries to put John Henry Clark in his mouth. Dr. John Henry Clark wouldn't be putting none of this FBA shit. Now they get mad about Ghana and the reparations movement. We'll talk about this tomorrow, right? The reparation, Ghana's talking about reparations for all black people, not just America, Jamaica, Haiti, Brazil, Colombia. That's what they're talking about. They're trying to steal my reparations. You motherfucker said you're not from Africa. If you're not from Africa, why you weren't? He's talking about the African people that came from Africa, not you pretendian niggas. He can't steal your shit. You're an Indian. You're not African, you said. So this don't even apply to you. And then and for Africa, he's not talking about our reparations in America. He's talking about the Africans, right, who were shipped everywhere. Our reparations would be applicable to only us inside the United States because our beef or our grief is with the United States that enslaved us, right? And then the British before that. So that would be applicable. He's talking about slavery coming off the continent that went everywhere. You think you're only slave? This is stupid shit, you motherfucker. You FBA morons. You think you're only goddamn slave? You think slavery only went to America? Are you this fucking stupid? The Jamaicans were slaves. Haitians were slaves. The Bahamians were slaves. The people in Barbados were slaves. The people in the Bermudas were slaves. The people in Brazil were slaves. The people in Colombia were slaves. The people in Trinidad and Tobago were slaves. The people in Suriname were slaves. The people in Guyana were slaves. The people in Venezuela were slaves. What are you talking about? You are a fucking moron. So he's talking about African slavery, not Black American slavery. They're not stealing your reparations. How dare them try to destiny swap and steal my reparations? You're not the only Africans that were enslaved. Okay, let me say something. Let me have some to help your mind here. Okay. You, your brother, and your sister, you're out in Africa chilling, right? You're not you, your brother, and your sister. And so now you're captured. All three of you got captured. Your mom don't know what the fuck has happened to you. You're gone, right? You get sent to America. Your brother gets sent to fucking Jamaica. And your sister gets sent to Brazil. Now, this actually really happened in real life over and over again. So, are you trying to say, because this is what you FBA morons say, your sister your brother that got fucked up in Jamaica, and your sister got fucked up in Brazil, they're no longer your family, right? This is the scam that they telling you, morons. Because this actually happened, right? That your sister that's in Brazil is no longer your sister. That family's no longer your family. But she was your great grandfather's or mother's, whatever, brother, family member that got split up. And then there's the other story you morons are giving. You say, well, some African tribes participated in the slave trade. Some. You know how many tribal groups you got in one? And as Joey tells you, in Nigeria alone, you got 250. So you got 2 of them that did it in that area. In Ghana, you got like 40 or 50 motherfucking different tribes. You got 3 that did it. Is that everybody? No. That's not everybody within Africa. And also they fought. You think people didn't mourn their own family members when their family members were taken and never came back? That's the shit I'm telling you to think about as a just common sense shit, as Joey said. Common sense, critical think. Okay, Joey's my daughter. She goes out to go do some shit and don't come back. I don't feel pain. I thought she was taken away to some place I can't get to her. She's taken to Jamaica. She's taken to Brazil. I don't feel that loss. She's no longer my family because she got taken away. It don't even make any sense, this fucking stupid ass FBA shit. And then you morons you talking about your genealogy, your lineage. The funny part about it, the few Africans that have taken their DNA test, I'm gonna do this before Joby goes. Joby, look us up for me, Joe, for 5. Give me 5 minutes extra. Look us up, Joby. You got some of the Africans have taken the DNA test. And those DNA tests have matched up with Black Americans saying that they're their cousins. This is factual. Put us up, Joby, on TikTok. Say African Americans find out through DNA that they have African cousins. You motherfuckers don't ever want to do your DNA. It's the white man. Your arguments, you make us all sound stupid because they believe that you're a big group. FBA is a fringe group of morons. And so the CIA has blown it up. That's why they're getting such a big footprint on TikTok. Because they're a fringe group. Now, most people don't even deal with this FBA shit. But they're big on the internet. You think they're big in America. They're not.
Of approximately 74% African DNA and about 26% European DNA.
Of course, to be European because of the rate.
But as it turns out, most African Americans have a significant portion of European
DNA. Of course, because we're raped.
Percent actually is fairly typical. I wouldn't say it's high and I wouldn't say it's low. So you're in that normal range. Okay. So when
it's like it's high. It's usually like 10 to 15% because we were raped. They got here, they raped the women. Go ahead, Joe.
Is that you're most closely related to people that come from the region of France, Switzerland, and Germany.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's who raped you. That's who raped you, goddamn people.
I've always felt a connection to France, especially. Got engaged in Paris, named our first child after the city of Paris.
You're more African, stupid.
Africa first, and then French.
Those are people that raped you, stupid.
Never knew why.
That's interesting. So then we did the same thing to the African. What we find here is that you're associated with several tribes that are predominantly found in the western part of Africa. So then we did one more thing.
Okay.
We asked, where would we find your closest DNA matches?
Your relative.
When we did that, what we found was a gentleman who's your cousin.
What? See, Jim is your cousin. That's right.
Your DNA.
You will find your cousin.
Okay.
Oh, no, that don't happen. What? Yes, you got African cousins. Go ahead, Joey. Who's his cousin?
Clearly, you shared a common relative on the paternal side, right around 1600 or 1700.
When you get taken out of Africa.
So my cousin is Eric Sonjowo,
right,
from Babungo,
Babungo, Cameroon.
Babungo, Cameroon.
We had Eric in a database, which is why we were able to compare.
Exactly, which is rare because Africans don't have no money to take DNA tests because they've been put in poverty. But the few that did, you're gonna find out you have cousins. See, that fucks up your I'm an Indian shit. That fucks that up. Fucks it, I'm a pretending. Because you're gonna have African cousins. Okay? You're gonna have people that still the lineage still goes that you were taken from Africa. Because you're gonna have African cousins. You fucking morons. And that's gonna make your head turn. I don't wanna believe this. I'm a pretendian. My name is Bigfoot Johnson. I'm of the Choctaw. I'm Bigfoot Johnson of the Choctaw people. And your DNA gonna say no. Your cousins in Congo, your cousins in Congo, Brazzaville, your cousins in Gabon, your cousins in Nigeria, your cousins in Ghana, your cousins in Senegal, your cousins in Guinea, your cousins in Cote d'Ivoire, your cousins in Benin, your cousins in Togo, your cousins in Angola, and you're gonna be fucked up in the head because that's science. Your cousin's gonna be Angolan, Congolese, he said Cameroon, and you're gonna be fucked up in the head with your pretending talk. So thanks, Joby. We wrap it up.
All right, we're gonna be wrapping it up there with today's conversation. I'm gonna read just a few comments again as as we go. Where did I leave it at? Just a minute. Okay, see, John was saying about 20 years ago on the bus as a teenager, I witnessed an Indian man change into a dog. Damn.
Oh, you see? Oh, whoa! Your mosquito said he seen what? He said an Indian man turned into a dog? That what your mosquito said?
Yes.
God damn! You been keeping that from a mosquito? you British bastard! You.
I can tell 1,000 of stories driving at night throughout the Midwest. I think that's
the Midwest. Yeah, that's it. The Midwest. The Midwest. That is grammar, Joe. That's correct. Midwest means the middle part of America, Joe. It's called the Midwest.
You should say throughout, or you say throughout.
Yeah, throughout. Okay, yeah. Not thought. Not thought. You're right. Throughout. Sorry.
Karibu, I think Keith also answered your question about the sun. Aaron says it was a broadcast of years ago. It was about the revolution and how they stayed on code and also mix of the CIA. All right, so it's not a recent video. Okay, that's what's up. So we're gonna be wrapping it up right there.
I forgot what I asked Aaron James to talk about. I forgot what I asked.
About the Black Truth. Yeah. Black Truth.
Oh, Professor Black Truth. Okay, yeah, I gotta see what he's talking about. So let me go check out his page. Most of the shit I can't stand is it because he mixed too many truth with lies. It's all sugarcoat, hate, racism. The white man, this, the white, but he don't get. It's called easy eating because we know that these people are racist. So he's just giving you racist shit you already know about. That's why they never touch the cats. You ever notice that him and that Professor Black, him and that other Jason Black and Tariq, they never touch the cats with the hats. Ever. They never touch them. Remember Tariq, oh man, you're babbling, man. Your phone is breaking up. They never want to touch those cats with those motherfucking hats. Ever. When you don't never mention that, I know you suspect. Go ahead, Joe. Wrap it up.
Much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. And remember to stay safe. Don't pet no dogs out there. They might change on you. So be very, very much safe. But see you guys tomorrow. Peace, and we're out.
Much love. You keep trying to protect